Hello YouTube, GamerDad here. I'm just going to make a quick video on how to import objects you make in Blender into Unity. I've had a few questions of this in the past. Recently had somebody ask me that they were asking me how I did it because they were having issues. So let's get right to it. I'm just going to make a quick object in Blender. I'm assuming the people that are watching this know about Blender and Unity. So I'm not going to be doing any tutorials on how to do that kind of stuff. You should probably already know that. If you're here, I'm sure you do. So we're just going to go with the basic cube here. I'm just going to right click and split the screen, split area, and then I'm going to switch this view over here to UV Image Editor. Back in the 3D view, I'm going to hit Tab to go into edit mode. If you hit U, you can unwrap this. Actually, I'm going to hit U and Smart UV Project. Then you get all 6 sides of the cube there. Then you will want to import the image you're going to put on. And I believe it's in Textures. Brick, I'm just going to use a basic brick texture here. You can use the mouse wheel, scroll in and out just to see the whole thing. And this is how it's going to overlay on your object. So we'll just go with that. You can change that if you need to. You won't show up here in your 3D view because by default, unless you have the settings different, it'll be solid. So you want to select texture, and then you will see the brick on your object. Just hit Tab again to get back out to object mode and make sure that the cube is selected. Then we're going to go File, Export, and I've found the best luck importing into Unity is with FBX. I'm sure some of these other extensions work just fine, but we're going to go with FBX. I'm going to save that to my desktop, and I'll just call it box and export. So then I can close out Blender here. Yes, I'll quit and open up Unity. Just double click. So that will import the box and a folder called materials, which it applies the material to the box, but it has no texture. See, the texture is empty here. I don't know if it's just because it was imported as FBX, but I've always done it this way and it seems to work fine. So let's go back to where you brought your box in. We can drag that into your scene. I created it real small in Blender, so it's going to be real small here. I'm going to just increase the size so we can see it a little better. So we got our box. And then go ahead and right click a folder that you want to bring your textures into, or a folder that you keep your textures in. Import a new asset. And this textures, my brick texture. So that will import. And you can just click on your box. And you will notice that it has it imports with all this stuff. Mesh render, cube, transform, and a shader. So, I mean, you can then simply, because the texture is empty, just drag your brick texture in and it will remember how you had it mapped in Blender and apply the texture to that object that same way, because when you import it as FBX, Unity takes that information and knows how it was mapped in Blender. So to create a normal map off of this, it's really handy in Unity. You can just click on your brick texture, just hit Control D to duplicate it. And we can rename this to normal map, or whatever you want. Select it, and then up here for texture type you can select it as normal map. Now by default it comes out extremely bumpy. It looks very unrealistic and pretty bad actually. So you just want to bring this down. I normally go pretty low, like 0.15 or 0.015 to 0.02. So we'll say that works there. And I usually go with a smooth filtering instead of such a sharp one. Bricks, actually, we might want to stick with sharp. And then you can hit apply. And that will convert this copy of our brick texture into a normal map of that brick texture. So then we can select the cube again. And you can change the shader from diffuse to bump to diffuse, which then it will add a normal map area here where you can drop that normal map texture. And then you can see that it creates that normal map effect. And you can even change it to, if it's something like a shiny object, like a metal or like a wet brick or something like that, you can go bumped specular, and that will give it a shinier look to it. So you can even turn down the shininess or increase it. That looks pretty good, like wet brick there. That's pretty cool. So then you can use this material on other objects. I mean, it might not come out the same because it wasn't mapped and imported the way you wanted it in Blender, but it's as easy as that. And then you're ready to use this object in your game. So that'll about do it for this video. I just wanted to make a quick tutorial for this because of the requests I've had. Until next time, guys, it's GamerDad. Peace.